From the future home of Super Bowl 56, there's a look at SoFi Stadium just south of downtown Los Angeles. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. In the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This will be a return from deep in the end zone, and we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. Taylor's got the first down and more. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run with Taylor. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 49.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play there for LA.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about it.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now look at this. They got the 7-0 lead in the pocket, and they're going to try an onside kick. Oh, did the Rams get it? Yes! LA football. Well, they just scored, they got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak.
Scouting, scouting, scouting. They had to have seen something in their preparation for this game that told them in this situation, if they get the look they like, let's go ahead and go for it anyway. They like being bold.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying All is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, LA! And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now Lawrence on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, wide open, complete, and in for the Chiefs touchdown. I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field, but to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He's at the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Butker now to add the extra point. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Rodgers now to throw. He's got Anderson on the slant. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. This defense for the Chiefs, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a play fake. Rodgers completes it to the fullback, Ham. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Throw left side, complete. That's Fuller. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. That was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. He had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
On play action, Lawrence. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He's going to look deep down the field. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. On play action, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Rodgers.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run with Harris into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports. Again, it's Harris. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Harris, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is now 21-14.
14. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6.
Rodgers going to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. He will go out right near the 35-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He will find his man Chase complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Harris with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now up to 14.
28, Chargers 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Watch the whip. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And some room to maneuver. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 89 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They run with Taylor. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the gun, it's Taylor. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Rodgers. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Robbie Anderson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Chargers 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Their match made at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 2nd down now, it's Harris. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play there for KC. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Look at me. Go.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. He'll get that complete to Albert O.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 28-yard line.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. On the give, this is Harris. Oh, he sheds himself free. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
96 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They'll try to run with Harris. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Throw left side complete to Chase.
Touchdown! Ja'Marr Chase, as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Chargers 21. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. The Charger drive about to get going as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. Rodgers now on first down. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best. But these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles. And a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. But if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
On first down, Lawrence. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. L'Jarius Sneed up to make the play defensively.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Rodgers. He finds Taylor, complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now Taylor.
121 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
From the 16, Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Fuller.
And the Chargers are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing now is Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone for the Chargers touchdown. Will Fuller, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Lawrence will throw.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead now up to 14. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On first down, it's Taylor. Strong running at the 30. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
They run once more with Taylor.
Powers by at the 40.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On play action. Now Rodgers. Forced out to his left. That is caught by Anderson. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 36. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And
in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Ended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. That'll be caught by Anderson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 45-yard line.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. Not much there, only a yard.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
He'll check this one down to Taylor.
So the completion good for 7 there. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Rodgers going to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Harris, 55 yards.
And the Chiefs are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
He's going to air one out for Anderson. And this one is incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
On play action, Rodgers.
He'll air this one deep for Anderson.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 10.
He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now it's Rodgers.
That caught by Tremble.
Touchdown, Chargers.
Tommy Tremble.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Eluding, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are right back in this football game. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Rodgers to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off right around the 43. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground, as they will get it behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run again with Harris. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Lawrence to throw. It fights him off. Being chased out left. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Butker's kick here is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day? And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
I'm ready for more. You fired up, I'm fired up. Don't run from rap. 1, 2, 3. Hey. I'm ready for more.